First, you need to get all your notes memorized. So I'm going to start on the fourth string as if this were a fourth string bass, in which case this would be the first string. A half step is movement of one fret, like so. That's a whole step, is 2 half steps. So these notes are E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, E is a repetition of the open note. It's an octave higher than this. Also, let me define the concept of a tetrachord, which is a 4-note chord. The major scale is made up of 2 of them. This is the first tetrachord. This is the second tetrachord, separated by a whole step. And notice both tetrachords are the same. Half, whole, whole. Move up a whole step. Half, whole, whole. So 2 tetrachords. And the notes are E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And the way to memorize those is know the spelling of the words def and gab, and then C. So E, F, and then G, A, B, C, and then B, E, F are how those notes fall. Moving on to the third string, starts on A. Again, these are E, A, D, G. So starting on A, I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. If I wanted to extend it to the 14th fret, so I can go G, A, B, C, and then D, E, F. So the first thing to do is find all your defs. They're going to be here, D, E, F, D, E, F, and then D, E, F if I move to that string. The next step to memorization then is to know what an octave looks like, and that looks like this. Over 2 strings up 2 frets. So they're all the same note. So if that's E, F, G, A, then this is E, F, G, A. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Looking at the notes as they move across the strings, I'm going to have E, A, D, G. Almost spells B, E, A, D, and then B, E, A, E, A, D. Then I'm going to take you to the 2nd fret instead of the 1st fret, which would have a natural F, because I want to start you on the next fret that has mostly natural notes, and 3 of them are, 3 out of 4. So it starts with F sharp, and then B, E, A, F sharp, B, E, A, then G, C, F, and then that's B flat, A, B, G, C, B, E, A, D spells beat, and then C, F, B flat, E flat, and then D, G, C, F. Back to E, A, D, G. Now I single those frets out because the 5th and the 7th and the 10th and the 12th all have only natural notes. So here, starting with open E, A, D, G, 12th fret is going to be the same, E, A, D, G. Then I come to the 5th fret and I'm going to have A, D, G, C, A, D, G, C, and then B, E, A, D, B, E, A, D. Then the 10th fret is going to be D, G, C, F. And then back to the 12th, E, A, D, G. Use flats more than sharps where you can. Memorize the sequence of fourths, which is B, E, A, D, G, C, F, and then B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, back to G. So that spells beat on both sides. I'll show you a picture of the circle of fifths here in a second. What a fourth is when you go up 4 notes. E, F, G, A. A is the next note. A, B, C, D. D is the next note. D, E, F, G. G is the next note. And a fourth up is a 5th down, and a 5th up is a 4th down. In other words, if I start on, let's start on A, and then come up a 5th, A, B, C, D, E. So A to E is a 5th, but if I go down, A, G, F, E, I get A to E is down 4 notes and up 5 notes. So a 4th is an inverted 5th, and a 5th is an inverted 4th. So the circle of fifths, which goes up in fifths, could also be looked at as the cycle of fourths. again, which is an inverted fifth. Thanks for your support. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Ring the bell so you get additional notifications every time I put out something new, and we'll see you in the next video.